Ciao bella, come stai? Che cosa fa? Io sono Giuseppe, il professore di amore, and I'd like to welcome you tonight to the lezione di amore. You know the lezione di amore? It's a love lesson. It's a lesson to help you in your love life. We're going to teach you something tonight that's going to help you to make your love life easy. Okay, you want an easy love life? See, Giuseppe, we want an easy love life. Well, if you do, you say, see, you're in the right place. So tonight we're going to talk about something that's molto importante, very important. Okay, and this is the thing that we talk about tonight. It's really going to help you. Okay, because tonight we're going to talk about masculine and feminine energy. Okay, masculine, that's the uomo. Feminine, that's the woma. Man and a woman. Because see, every man, every woman, they have the energy. Okay, and a lot of times we talk about the energy, and we're like, what is this energy thing? Well, tonight, you're going to understand. And you're going to understand how you, as a woman, need to show up from the very beginning when you date a guy, as you get to know a guy, when you have a relationship with a guy, and ultimately till you do the boom boom with the guy. You know the boom boom, right? We talk about the boom boom all the time. Well, before you do the boom boom, you got to make sure that you're in the right place, you have the right energy. And molto importante is you pick the guy who has the right energy too. Because what you're going to learn tonight, that a lot of men, they have very masculine energy, but the masculine energy is too strong. And a lot of women, they have the feminine energy. But the feminine energy, it's too soft. It's not strong enough. And they don't speak up. And as a result, they allow themselves to be with a man who dominates them, who hurts them, who doesn't love and doesn't honor them the way they want to be loved. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm going to do a little diagram for you. Let me grab my pen. We'll do a diagram that's going to help. Now, just to let you know, on the Faccia Libre, you know Faccia Libre, the face of book, the book of face? Okay, on the Faccia Libre, on this page, there's a little diagram that I put for you to help you understand the energy. And it works a little like this. Okay, so you've kind of seen this before, right? And just to make the color here. Okay, so we have a little diagram. You've seen this diagram before, right? It's called the yin and the yang. This is a Chinese symbol. It's about energy. Okay, so every human being, every man, every woman on the planet, they have both the masculine and the feminine energy. And that's what it represents. So this section here, that's the man. This section here, that's the woman. And so every person, every human being on the planet has this energy. And when you're really healthy and you're really strong, you're in your what's called the dominant energy. So, Giuseppe, what do you talk about dominant energy? Okay, you ask, I tell you. Okay, so now for a man, you see up here, most of this side, like this, that's a predominant, that's a man energy. That's a masculine energy. But you see down here, this little bit right here, that's the feminine energy, okay? So a man, his normal natural energy is mostly masculine, but also a little bit of feminine. And we're going to explain, so just the patience there for a second. Now a woman, she'd do it the opposite, okay? A woman, she's a predominantly feminine, okay? Her energy is mostly feminine. But when that woman is healthy, okay, she also has the masculine side. So I show you. Okay? So you see this area up here? This is the masculine side for a woman. Okay, so a woman, predominantly feminine, but also masculine. See, the problem for most people, for most of men and women, is they live predominantly from the one energy. So men, very often, they're very masculine, and they live in the masculine energy, and they're not in touch with the feminine side, with the feminine energy. And it's really important if you're going to spend your life with a man and you're going to have a good relationship, that you got to have a man who is predominantly, mostly masculine energy, but is also in touch with the feminine energy, which also has the feelings, and he knows how to process and deal with that part of his emotions. And I'll explain, so just to be a patient. Okay, and conversely, a woman needs predominantly feminine, but also in touch with the masculine side. So let's talk about how that'll work for a woman. Okay, because what happens, a lot of women, they're very feminine, they're very soft, they're very emotional, they're very passionate, they have a lot of empathy, a lot of sympathy. All of that, that's a feminine energy, which is a wonderful, beautiful thing. It's one of the things that make you woman so special. But a woman also needs to be in touch with the masculine side, which is the more direct side. It's the more assertive side. So a woman, she wants to be predominantly feminine, but when necessary, she will tap into the masculine side. So let me give me an example. Have you ever seen in the nature, they have a duck? And you're at the park, you're walking with your family, and you see a duck. And when the duck is by itself, it just waddles along, and it don't bother anybody. Right? And if you go near that duck, what that duck is, it runs away. Okay? Because that duck at the end, it's an animal. It's natural. It's a softer animal. And so that duck is in a feminine energy. Ma, you ever see if a duck has the little ducklings that waddle behind it, that waddle, 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 and then you go near that duck, what does it do? Ma, all of a sudden that sweet little nice duck that's afraid, all of a sudden is no afraid no more. Okay, it becomes very aggressive. Okay, its wings go out, it starts hissing, and it starts to charge. Right? Why? Because that duck says, I need a masculine energy. Now, the duck, think about this. It's just how things work. It's just the natural energy. So because animals and things like that in nature have this natural balance, they don't have to think. But as humans, we got to think about this stuff. So that's an example. If you're going to be a woman and you're going to be in a relationship, and that relationship going to last a long time, you from the very beginning got to be a woman who's very feminine, who's very soft, who's very creative, who's intuitive, who's passionate, who's emotional, all those wonderful, beautiful qualities that make you a woman. But when necessary, you got to be in touch with the masculine side. You got to be able to hold your boundaries. And when somebody crosses your boundaries, you got to be able to confront them. Not to start the fight, but to say, hey, this is no good. This is no work. And if you keep this up, just like the duck, I'm going to attack. Okay? It's very important that you have that. And sometimes we talk about with clients, we talk about the mama bear. Right? The mama bear, you leave the mama bear alone and the mama bear don't bother you. However, you go after the mama bears, the cubs, or you threaten the mama bear, and all of a sudden the mama bear, she's not so nice no more. Okay, and it works the same way, that you got to be in your feminine energy. Now, if you're a woman and you come into the relationship, and you were like this from the beginning, where you're predominantly feminine, you know who you are, but you're also in touch with that masculine side, now you're ready to be a good relationship partner. Because see, if you're in touch with the masculine side, hold to your boundaries, speak up, share your opinion, okay? Then you're going to attract the wrong guy. And you're not going to be happy in a relationship. You're going to allow a guy to take advantage of you. And then what happens? You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get sad. You're going to get depressed. And you're not going to be happy. Okay? So part of being a good relationship partner means you got to be in touch with your masculine side. Make sense? See? If it makes sense, just to go ahead and hit the little like a button so I know that this will make sense for you. Okay, grazie. All right, now that we talk about the woman, now we talk about the man. Because the man, it works the opposite. See, a man needs to be predominantly masculine. Okay, so when a man is predominantly masculine, this is when he's in his masculine energy. Okay, where he's analytical, he's logical, okay? He's assertive, he's direct, he's goal-oriented, all those things that make a man. He's strong, okay? That's a masculine man. But that man, he also needs to understand and be in a touch with the feminine side of his personality. So let me give you an example. When I met Lucia, see, I grew up with a lot of women in my house. And so I learned about the importance of talking about feelings and communicating and things like that, okay? I was very blessed to have an environment where I learned that. And so when I met Lucia, I was able to show her the masculine side, to show her the masculine Giuseppe, and to be the man from the beginning. But I was also able to express the healthy side, okay, the feminine side when necessary. Now, I got to understand, there's a lot to men, a lot to the boys, a lot to the guys who are emotional, who are afraid to show the masculine side. Because they're afraid that if I show a woman that I have feelings, that I have emotions, that I have empathy for others, that I'm a soft, they're going to think that I'm a pussy, okay, that I'm a wimp. And a lot of guys are taught to be men, to not show weakness, to not show feelings. And that's a very bad, and it's a very dangerous. Because no man can just be this tough macho thing all of the time. We all have feelings. We all have desires. We all have things that bother us, that hurt us. And if you're going to be in a relationship, man and a woman, you got to be able to talk. You got to be able to communicate. And you got to be in an environment where you can express that side. You know, one of the things I learned with my wife, Lucia, mi spousa, is that when I'm in a relationship, when I show her that side, I don't know why, but Lucia says, it makes her love me even more. That when I show the softer side, the caring side, the nurturing side, the emotional side, she kind of melts. And it's a really cool, I really, really like that. But the reason why is she's like, because she grew up in an environment with the guys, they didn't do that. They were men, okay? And it was all business, and it was all direct, and they didn't show feelings, and they didn't talk about feelings. They didn't show emotions. They couldn't cry. So when she sees that, it really, really warms her heart, okay? And I want you to understand that that's what you want. You want a guy who's a masculine guy, who takes care of you, who's going to be there for you. He's going to be the man. He's going to provide for you and be a partner. Doesn't have to just provide, the money in the house, but he's going to be a partner, okay? And he's going to be the man. Okay? He's going to make you feel safe. Because the number one thing that women need in order to be happy in a relationship with their man is they need to be safe. They need to know it's okay to be vulnerable. And that's a man's job. A masculine job is, I'm going to take care of you. You're my woman, I'm going to take care of you. But that man also needs to be compassionate. He needs to be caring. He needs to be kind. He needs to be loving. Those are all the feminine side. That's all the feminine energy. Capiche? So it's really, really important. Because in order to make a relationship work, and that's what this whole diagram is designed for, it's to show you this is a healthy relationship. When a relationship is healthy, you have the man who mostly masculine energy, but also in touch with the feminine side. And you have the woman who's mostly feminine, but also in touch with the masculine side. When you have a couple from the beginning comes in where the woman is very feminine, but also in touch with the masculine side, and the woman, the man is predominantly masculine and in touch with the feminine side, that's when you have a wonderful relationship. That's when you get, as Joe said, into the 15%. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the things that may explain why you might be attracting the wrong guys in there. If you've ever find yourself attracted to guys where you're doing this all the time, you're butting heads, or you find that you're attracted to guys who in the beginning are really nice and they're really sweet and they do everything you want, but after a while you realize you don't like these guys. You're not as attracted because you realize these guys, they have no backbone. Okay? I'm going to tell you why. Because your energy is mostly masculine. Okay? I see this a lot with the very, very successful women. Women who in their careers are very successful, are very good. Because see, the business world, the corporate world, that's a world where there's a lot of masculine energy. And in order for a woman to succeed, she needs to be masculine. Otherwise, she get chewed up. Okay? The corporate world, they chew her up and they spit her out. So a woman in her career needs to be a masculine. And they work really, really good in the career. No work good in the relationship. Because in a relationship, if a woman is masculine all the time, she's going to attract the guy. And in the beginning, the guy's going to go, oh, you know what? It's good. This is a woman. She's strong and really good. And then what happens after a while? They start butting heads because he wants to be a man and energetically she wants to be a man. And then what happened? You get like two rams butting head. And ultimately the guy goes, you know what? This is too much work for me. I don't want this. I don't want to be with another man. And so what the man do? He leave. Okay? So that's a one time. Okay? One way. The other way is a woman who's emotionally masculine. She's in a relationship with a guy. And in the beginning, oh, he's so nice. He's so sweet. She says, so what do you want to do? He goes, I don't care, baby. What do you want to do? And he does everything she wants to do, and he never says no, and he does. And she's like, oh, this is so wonderful. He's so nice. He's so sweet. I want to do everything I want to do. And then after a while, she go, this guy, he's boring. He's not. He got no backbone. He's not strong. He's not a man. This is like a woman, and I know respect that. Now that may happen to you, where you may go, you know what? I don't even realize that happened. Because see, all this energy, it's unconscious. We don't even aware. We don't know what's happening. That's why we do Lezione di Amore. It's to shine the light, to help you understand, so that you can create the relationship that you desire and deserve. Okay? So it's really important that you understand. If you're attracting a guys where you do this, you butt the heads, or what happens is the guy, you meet him, you're with him, and then you start losing respect because he's a wimp, he's got no backbone. Okay? It's because your energy is too masculine and you're attracting the wrong guy. Now, conversely, if you're a woman and you're all feminine, okay, like the duck, you're all feminine, you're no in touch with the masculine side, well, what happens? You get a guys who just take advantage of you, okay, who abuse you physically, emotionally, psychologically, and you can't leave because you're afraid to leave. And so you stay, and you want to understand those guys, and you want to love them, and you want to know, thinking that if you just do this, they're going to make you happy. And what happens? They never make you happy. So it's about you got to understand that feminine is good. It's bella, bellissima. But you also need to be in touch with the masculine side. So if you're a woman and you're predominantly feminine, and you aren't in touch with that masculine side, you're going to be very, very unhappy. You're going to find the guys who take advantage of you, or you're going to find the guys who say, you know what? And this happened to me when I was a young man. I was with a woman, and I dated her, and she was all feminine. It's like, what do you want to do? And her whole goal in life was, hey, I want to get married, I want to have babies, I want to have a family. And that's beautiful, it's wonderful. But it can't be the reason you want to exist in life. And anything I said, what do you want to do? I don't care. What do you want to do? I don't care. What do you want to do? I don't care. Whatever you want. And it was nice in the beginning, but after a while, I go, oh, shoot me. Like, I want someone who's got opinions. I've got someone who's got goals, someone who wants dreams and desires other than having babies and getting married. And so I want you to understand that if you're only in that feminine energy, you're going to be needy. You're going to be a desperate. Okay, you're not going to have a backbone. It's the same thing as the guy, okay? You need to have that balance, that healthy balance of the masculine and the feminine energy. So it's really, really important for a woman, you got to be strong, okay? You got to be feminine, but you also got to be strong. Now, here's a little test for you, okay? I want you to take some mirror time before we go, and I want you to look at the relationships you had. What kind of guys are you attracting? Because see, the kind of guys that you've been attracting is going to be like a pattern. So it's going to be a pattern. And the pattern is going to be, these are the kind of guys that you wind up being attracted to or that you wind up having relationships with. Right? And those guys will tell you a lot about what kind of energy you've been in. If you're attracted guys where they take advantage of you, you give, and don't get anything in return, then you know what? You're all feminine energy. However, if you're attracting guys that they're never good enough, that you push them away, you're batting heads, or they've got no backbone, well, then you're more masculine. Okay? And again, this is all designed to help you in your love life so you can make the necessary changes so that you can have the love that you desire and deserve. Because a man If he wants to be with a woman and going to spend the rest of his life with a woman, he wants to know that this is a woman, a beautiful woman, a feminine woman. But she also has that side, that masculine side, where she honors herself, where she values herself, and she, excuse me, un momento. I just need to get a drink here. And so that man, he wants to know that he's with a woman who is strong, who knows who she is, who's not afraid when necessary to share her opinion, to speak up, and to let that man know when he's not being a good guy. Okay? Men don't mind that. Men actually like it because it tells us that woman is strong, she's a special, and she knows who she is. Okay? And it makes it much easier for the right guy to commit to the right woman when he sees that. Okay? This a help? Well, that's all for tonight. I want to let you know that on the Book of Face, the Faccia Libre, I put a little diagram that really explains the masculine and feminine energy. Okay? And it's there to simply help you really understand this energy. And it's a good way for you to look and see where you're at. Are you at the right energy? Are you being the person energetically you need to be to create the love that you desire and deserve? So this is a little quick one today. We got the holiday here tomorrow, but I just wanted to take a little time to spend this with you. So before we go, if this was helpful for you, what I just want you to do is put bene, B-E-N-A, and that means good. Okay? So it lets me know that you got some value, that this was a good for you. And then after you do that, what I'm going to ask you to do is to simply say, what was helpful? What was the biggest thing that you learned today? The biggest thing that was helpful? The biggest aha for you? In what way did you receive value from this that is going to help you as you go forward? Okay? And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to read this all later. And I just want to say thank you very much for being here. It's always an honor and privilege to me to spend the time with you. And I want to thank Joe for giving me the platform to do this because we both really want to help you create the life and the relationship that you desire and that you deserve. So that we're going to say, ciao bella, buonasera.